Welcome back to Top Coin. Today, we're diving deep into the story of the 1991 United States one-dime coin, its history, rare errors, collector interest, and why certain 1991 dimes are worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Let's explore why this little piece of metal might just be a miniature gold mine. The origin of the dime. The dime has been part of the American story since 1796, when the first 10-cent coins were minted under the authorization of the Coinage Act of 1792. But fast forward to the year 1991. The United States Mint was in full operation, striking millions of Roosevelt dimes, as it had been doing since 1946. The Roosevelt dime was introduced to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, in recognition of his leadership and his role in founding the March of Dimes, a foundation that helped combat polio. By 1991, the design was well established, featuring Roosevelt's profile on the obverse and a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch on the reverse, symbols of liberty, peace, and strength. 1991, a year of mass production. But some secrets. In 1991, the U.S. Mint produced dimes at two locations, Philadelphia and Denver. Over 1.2 billion dimes were struck that year. Yes, that's billion with a B. So you may be asking, how can something produced in such massive quantity possibly be valuable? Well, the answer lies in a few key factors: rarity of condition, mint errors, and collector demand. Common, but not always ordinary. Let's start with the basic types. The 1991 P dime, minted in Philadelphia, had a mintage of approximately 1 billion coins. The 1991 D dime, struck in Denver, saw around 600 million in circulated condition, the kind you'd pull from your pocket or change jar. A 1991 dime is worth its face value. But here's where things get interesting. In uncirculated or mint state condition, especially grades like MS66, MS67, or even MS68, the value can skyrocket. For example, a pristine 1991 P dime graded MS68 by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC has sold for over $600 at auction. The same goes for the 1991 D in high grades. Values can climb past $400 in top condition. What makes it valuable? Eye appeal and errors. Collectors look for coins with sharp detail, clean surfaces, and no signs of wear. Luster, strike quality, and the absence of contact marks all add to the value. But perhaps the most fascinating are the error coins. Mistakes made during the minting process that slipped past quality control and made their way into circulation. Look out for these rare 1991 dime errors. Off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing double die obverse or reverse, a result of the die imprinting the design twice, creating a shadow or doubling effect. No mint mark error, although rare for. This year, a 1991 coin missing its mint mark can raise eyebrows and prices. Clipped planchet, where a portion of the coin is missing due to a blanking error. Error coins like these can range from $50 to over $1,000, depending on the type and severity of the error. The market today. What's your 1991 dime worth? As of 2025, the market for collectible coins is stronger than ever. With the rise of online platforms like eBay, Heritage Auctions, and Stacksbowers, rare coins are more accessible and more desirable than ever before. That a typical circulated 1991 dime is still worth 10 cents. But uncirculated examples, especially certified by grading services, can fetch anywhere between $5 and $30, and sometimes much more. The key lies in condition, rarity, and demand. Error coins, those are the jackpot, with some listed for hundreds, and a few even cracking the $1,000 mark. How to check your coins and sell them. Want to find out if your 1991 dime is valuable? Here's what to do. Examine the coin closely under good lighting. Look for doubling, off-center features, missing details, or anything unusual. Check the edges and mint mark. P for Philadelphia, D for Denver. Avoid cleaning your coin. This reduces its value. Use a magnifying glass or USB microscope for close inspection. Compare it to photos of known valuable examples online. Consider professional grading if you believe your coin is in top condition or has a rare error. Once identified, you can list your coin on auction sites or visit a local coin dealer to get a quote. Remember, patience and research pay off. To most people, a dime is just a dime. But to a collector, a single 1991 dime with the right features can be a rare treasure. It's a reminder that even the most ordinary things, like pocket change, can hold stories, secrets, and sometimes serious value. So next time you get change at the store or dig into an old coin jar, don't be so quick to spend it. Take a moment. Look closer, because history and value could be hiding in the palm of your hand. If you enjoyed this deep dive into coin collecting, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you never miss a hidden treasure again. Until next time, keep collecting and keep looking closely. If you're a coin collector, treasure hunter, or just someone who's ever emptied their pockets and found a dime, this video is for you. Because today, we're diving deep into the world of a seemingly ordinary coin that might just be worth far more than 10 cents. That's right, we're talking about the 2000 United States 1 dime coin. Don't let its size fool you. This tiny coin can hold surprising value. Some rare versions of this coin have been sold for hundreds, even thousands of dollars, and today, I'll show you exactly what to look for. From history, design, errors, and variations to current market prices and insider collector tips, you're going to want to stick around because by the end of this video, you might just be rushing to check your own pocket change. Let's start at the beginning. The dime, worth 10 cents in U.S. currency, has a long and fascinating history dating all the way back to 1796. But the dime we're most familiar with today, the Roosevelt dime, was first introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who led the nation through the Great Depression and most of World War II. His image replaced the Mercury dime, and the new design also symbolized his efforts in fighting polio through the March of Dimes campaign. Fast forward to the year 2000. By this point, the Roosevelt dime design had been in use for over half a century. The United States Mint continued to produce these coins with Roosevelt's profile on the obverse side and a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch on the reverse. These three elements symbolize liberty, peace, and strength, three pillars of the American spirit. The year 2000 was part of the modern era of coin production, but that doesn't mean the coins minted during this time were boring or worthless. In fact, some of them are extremely valuable due to rare mint errors, special finishes, and low population in high grades. Now let's talk about what makes certain 2000 dimes so special. The truth is, most 2000 dimes are worth face value, just 10 cents. But there are exceptions, and they can be worth a lot more depending on a few key factors. First, check where your coin was minted. The 2000 Roosevelt dimes were minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. No mint mark equals Philadelphia. D mint mark equals Denver's mint mark equals San Francisco. Coins from the San Francisco Mint are usually proof coins, struck with extra care for collectors. These coins have mirror-like finishes and sharp details, and while many are common, pristine examples or errors can carry value. As with most collectibles, condition is everything. Coins are graded from poor P1 to perfect mint state MS70. A standard circulated 2000 dime might only fetch face value, but an uncirculated example graded MS66, MS67, or higher can be worth several dollars. In rare cases, particularly with the right mint mark and quality, they've sold for over $100. This is where things get interesting. Certain error coins from the year 2000 can be worth hundreds or even thousands. Keep an eye out for off-center strikes. If part of the design is missing because the coin was not properly aligned when struck, double dies, especially in the date or lettering. Look closely for doubling in the Liberty or the year 2000. No mint mark errors. While Philadelphia coins typically lack a mint mark, some error coins might have no mark when they should, or a mispunched mark, wrong planchet errors. Sometimes a dime is accidentally struck on a penny or nickel planchet. These are very rare and very valuable. Clip planchets, where part of the coin is literally missing due to a mistake in the cutting process. San Francisco produced proof dimes for collectors in 2000, and some of these have deep cameo finishes, where the image is frosted and the background is mirror-like. In high grades, these can go for $5 to $20, and with rare errors, even more. So, let's get to the exciting part: actual prices from the market. A 2000 P Roosevelt Diamond MS 68 condition has been sold at auction for over $200. A 2000 S proof dime graded PR 70 deep cameo fetched around $75. A 2000 D dime with an off-center strike sold $180. An extremely rare 2000 dime struck on a foreign planchet. Those are error coins made on metal blanks meant for other countries, sold for more than $500. Collectors are always on the lookout for these rare and interesting pieces. Even eBay is full of listings for 2000 dimes with minor errors going for $20, $50, even $150 depending on their uniqueness. If you have a 2000 dime and want to know if it's worth more than face value, here's what to do. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to look for doubling, errors, or tiny details. Check the coin's mint mark and compare it with known varieties and error types online. Consider having it graded by a professional company like PCGS or NGC if you think it's an excellent condition or has an error. Look up completed sales on sites like eBay to see what similar coins are selling for. Visit online forums and communities like CoinTalk or Reddit's or /coins. There's a huge community of passionate collectors willing to help. So, what have we learned? The 2000 United States 1 dime might not seem like much, but it could be a hidden gem if you know what to look for. Whether it's a rare mint error, a proof strike, or a perfect high-grade uncirculated coin, these tiny pieces of history can be surprisingly valuable. And here's the best part, you might already have one. Coins pass through our hands every day. Most people never take a second look at their change, but treasure hunters and collectors know that one small detail could be the difference between 10 cents and $1,000. So next time you get change at the grocery store or clean out your old piggy bank, take a moment to look closely. That 2000 dime might just be your ticket to an unexpected payday. Don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful, and subscribe to the channel for more coin collecting tips, history, and hidden treasures hiding in your pocket change. Let me know in the comments, have you ever found a rare dime? Or do you have a 2000 dime you want help identifying? I'd love to hear your stories. If you love coin collecting, rare finds, or just want to know if your loose change might make you rich, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe because what you're about to learn could truly surprise you. Let's talk about the 2006 Roosevelt dime. At first glance, it looks like every other dime you've ever used. Small, silver-colored, 10 cents. Right. But don't be fooled. The story behind this little coin is far richer than its face value suggests. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who played a major role in the founding of the March of Dimes, an organization originally created to fight polio. Since 1946, the Roosevelt dime has been in continuous production, but not all years are created equal. Some years have extremely low mintages. Some have unique errors. And some, like 2006, have hidden variations that collectors are willing to pay big money for. Now you might be asking, what makes the 2006 dime so special? Let's get into it. In 2006, the United States Mint struck Roosevelt dimes at two primary locations. Philadelphia Mint. These coins have no mint mark or sometimes a tiny P. Denver Mint. These coins have a small D. mint mark. There were hundreds of millions of these coins produced. In fact, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 1.1 billion dimes. The Denver Mint produced slightly more than 1.2 billion. So, with those high mintage numbers, why would a 2006 dime be worth more than face value? That's where things get interesting. Let's talk errors. Because in the world of coin collecting, error coins are where the real money is. In 2006, there were several reported Roosevelt dimes with rare and unusual minting errors, and these errors can drive the value way up. Here are some of the most sought-after types. These are coins that weren't aligned properly during minting. Part of the design is literally missing. Depending on how far off it is, these coins can sell for anywhere from $50 to over $300, especially if the date is still visible. This is when the coin shows doubling on the front, especially in the lettering like Liberty or In God We Trust. Collectors go crazy for a well-struck DDO. If you find a strong double die from 2006, you could be looking at $100 to $500 or more, depending on condition and clarity. This type of error results in a dime that looks coppery because it's missing its outer nickel layer. That's right, it looks like a penny, but it's actually a dime. These can fetch $200 or more, and if certified by a grading service like PCGS or NGC, the value can shoot up even higher. When a dime is struck perfectly, the bands on the torch on the reverse side are fully separated. Coins with full bands are rarer and highly collectible. A 2006 dime with full bands in mint state condition, especially MS66 or higher, can easily reach $100 to $300, and in top grades, even more. Let's talk about coin grading. Because this is where the difference between 10 cents and hundreds of dollars is made. Coins are graded on a 70-point scale. A grade of MS-60 means uncirculated but with noticeable marks, while a grade of MS-70 is a perfect, flawless coin. Nearly impossible to find. Here's what recent auction records show. A 2006 D. Roosevelt dime graded MS-68 FB sold for over $408 2006. P with full bands designation in MS-67 went for more than $200. So, if you've got a clean, sharp-looking 2006 dime with clear details and no wear, it might be worth submitting for grading. The cost of grading can be worth it if your coin turns out to be a gem. Here's your checklist. Check for mint errors, doubling, off-center strikes, missing layers. Look for high-quality surfaces, no scratches, no wear, full strike. Use a magnifier. Examine the bands on the torch for full separation. Check the mint mark. Both P and D mints have valuable versions. If it looks flawless or has anything unusual about it, do not spend it. It might be worth way more than you think. Now let's talk current market value. As of this year, here's what collectors are paying. Average circulated 2006 dimes. Face value, of course, 10 cents. Uncirculated common examples: $1 to $3 certified MS-66 or higher, $50 to $300 plus rare air varieties, $100 to $800 plus, depending on rarity and certification. And here's the exciting part. The coin market is hot right now. Demand for modern era coins and high-grade examples is on the rise. The 2006 dime, once overlooked, is now on the radar of serious collectors. So the next time you're handed change at the grocery store, or you're digging through an old coin jar, pay attention to those little dimes. Point 1. 2006 Roosevelt dime, especially one with an error or in perfect condition, could be your gateway into the fascinating and potentially profitable world of coin collecting. Have you found a 2006 dime with something odd about it? Let us know in the comments. Share your finds. Ask your questions. This channel is all about learning, collecting, and uncovering hidden value in plain sight. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We've got more rare coins, valuable currency, and exciting discoveries coming your way every week. Have you ever looked closely at that tiny silver coin in your pocket? That humble dime, the 10-cent piece, might just be worth far more than you think, especially if it's from the year 2015. Today, we're diving deep into the world of modern coin collecting to uncover the mystery and potential hidden value of the 2015 United States dime. This video could change the way you see your change, literally. Stay tuned, because we're about to reveal how one small coin could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The dime has a long and fascinating history. The very first dime was authorized by the Coinage Act of 1792, and it has gone through several designs over the years. But in 1946, a new design was introduced that would define the dime for generations to come: the Roosevelt dime. This design honored President Franklin D. Roosevelt and replaced the Mercury dime. Since then, the Roosevelt dime has remained a staple of American currency. Now let's talk about the 2015 dime specifically. At first glance, it might look just like every other dime you've seen. It features Roosevelt's profile on the obverse, that's the front, and a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch on the reverse. But what if I told you that certain 2015 dimes are selling for hundreds or even thousands of dollars online and at auctions? And no, we're not talking about some ancient coin dug out of the ground. We're talking about a modern coin you might already have in your pocket or CoinJar.so. What makes some 2015 dimes so special? It all comes down to mint marks, condition, and most importantly, rare errors. Let's start with mint marks. In 2015, dimes were minted at two primary locations, Philadelphia and Denver. The Philadelphia mint coins are marked with a small p, while Denver mint dimes have a d. Generally, both versions are common in circulation. In fact, hundreds of millions were made. But it's the rare variations and errors that make some of them incredibly valuable. Point one of the most sought-after errors is called a doubled die. This happens when the coin is struck by a die that had an imprint error, causing letters or features of the design to appear doubled. On a 2015 dime, doubling might be seen in the words "Liberty," "In God We Trust," or the date itself. Collectors go wild for this kind of error, and depending on the clarity and severity of the doubling, these coins can fetch up to several $100s or more. Another factor that affects value is the coin's condition, or what's known in the collecting world as its grade. Coins are graded from poor condition all the way to mint state, with MS-70 being a perfect, flawless coin. A 2015 dime in MS-68 or higher, especially one with a strong strike and full bands on the torch, can bring in impressive premiums. We're talking values ranging from $50 to several hundred, depending on the demand at the time. But here's where things get really exciting. There are reports of certain 2015 dimes with off-center strikes, die breaks, and even missing clad layers. These are serious minting errors. A missing clad layer exposes the copper core of the coin, giving it a strikingly different appearance. A missing layer dime from 2015 in pristine condition has been known to sell for upwards of $2,000 at major coin auctions. And don't forget about proof coins. These are special coins made for collectors, struck with extra care at the San Francisco Mint. If you have a 2015 proof dime, especially one that has been graded highly by a service like PCGS or NGC, it could be worth significantly more than face value, even without errors. Add a rare error to a proof coin, and you've got a real treasure on your hands. Let's talk current market value. On popular platforms like eBay, some 2015 dimes with noticeable errors are listed and sold for between $100 and $500 regularly. Rare varieties and high-grade versions can shoot much higher. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions have featured select 2015 Roosevelt dimes that hammered well into four-figure territory. So how can you tell if your 2015 dime is valuable? Start by checking for mint marks. Is it AP or AD? Then, examine the coin under a magnifier. Look closely at the lettering, the date, and the edges of the coin. Any signs of doubling, misalignment, cracks, or unusual coloration could be your clue to a rare piece. If you suspect you have something special, get it graded by a professional. Grading not only confirms authenticity, but can drastically increase the resale value. Collectors and coin enthusiasts alike know that today's pocket change could be tomorrow's jackpot. So don't overlook that dime, especially not one from 2015. What you thought was worth just 10 cents could be worth hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars. So go ahead. Check your piggy bank, your change jar, even your car's cup holder. You never know. That little silver coin might be your unexpected treasure. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell so you never miss another deep dive into the world of valuable coins. Let us know in the comments. Have you found any rare dimes or other valuable coins in your collection? We'd love to hear your story. Today, we're talking about a seemingly ordinary coin that might surprise you, the 2019 United States dime. Don't blink, because what looks like everyday pocket change could actually be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars if you know what to look for. So grab your coin jars, turn up the volume, and let's dig into the world of the 2019 US dime, its history, hidden secrets, rare varieties, and the current market values that are shocking collectors across the country. Let's begin with a little history. The dime, a 10-cent coin, has been part of American coinage since 1796. But today, we're zeroing in on the 2019 Roosevelt dime, which still carries the iconic design of President Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse, or head side, of the coin. That image has been used since 1946, honoring FDR's legacy after his death in 1945. Why Roosevelt, you might ask? Well, Franklin D. Roosevelt was not only a beloved president, but he was also instrumental in founding the March of Dimes, a campaign to combat polio. His face on the dime is more than a symbol, it's a tribute to a cause he championed passionately. Now that we've covered that, let's flip the coin, literally. On the reverse side of the 2019 dime, you'll see a torch in the center, symbolizing liberty, flanked by an olive branch on the left for peace and an oak branch on the right for strength and independence. It's a classic, elegant design that hasn't changed in decades. But here's where it gets interesting. Even though the design has stayed the same, not all 2019 dimes are created equal. The 2019 dime was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. You can tell where your dime was minted by looking for the mint mark, a small letter located near the date. A P means it was minted in Philadelphia. A D means Denver. A and S means San Francisco, and these are usually proof coins. Most people are familiar with the P and D mint marks, But the S-Mint mark is where things start to get really exciting. Proof coins with the S-Mint mark are specially made for collectors, and they have a mirror-like finish and sharper details. But even among the regular circulation coins, there are some errors and rare varieties that can make your 2019 dime worth a whole lot more than face value. Let's talk about the real stars of the show, error coins. These are dimes that were minted with mistakes, and believe it or not, collectors love these errors. Some of the most sought-after 2019 dime errors include off-center strikes, where the image isn't properly aligned, doubled dies, where parts of the design appear doubled, especially on the words Liberty or In God We Trust. Die cracks or cuts, which are raised bumps or lines caused by damage to the die itself. Missing clad layer, which gives the coin a coppery appearance. Proof dimes with reverse proof or satin finishes accidentally released into circulation. One example that really got collectors excited was a 2019 P. Roosevelt dime with noticeable doubling on Roosevelt's I and the motto, a true double die. These kinds of errors can sell for $100 to over $500 depending on the condition, but the big money really comes in when you combine high grades with errors. A coin graded MS68 or higher by a professional grading company like PCGS or NGC, especially if it's a rare error, can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. What should you look for if you want to find a valuable 2019 dime? Here are the key things. Mint mark. Coins with the S mark are usually proof and can be worth more. Condition. The better the condition, the higher the value. Look for no scratches, shiny luster, and sharp details. Errors and varieties. The weirder or more unique, the better. Grading. If you think you have something special, get it graded by PCGS or NGC to authenticate and assess the condition. Even a coin with no errors can be worth more if it's in pristine condition. For example, a 2019 D dime graded MS68 sold for over $300 simply because of its quality and rarity at that grade. Now let's get to the numbers. The current market value of the 2019 dime. Standard circulated dimes from 2019 are still worth 10 cents. Uncirculated examples from mint sets or rolls can go for $1 to $5. Proof dimes with the S-Mint mark can range from $3 to $20, depending on quality. Error coins and high-grade examples can jump in value dramatically from $50 all the way up to $1,000 or more, especially if there's a bidding war. Collectors are particularly hungry for high-grade coins in MS68 or better because they're extremely hard to find, especially from regular circulation. If you're sitting on a 2019 dime that looks almost perfect or has something strange about it, don't ignore it. You might be holding a little treasure in your hand. Want to get into dime hunting? Here's how to start. Go through your pocket change. You never know what's hiding there. Ask banks for rolls of dimes. It's cheap and fun. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to look for small errors. Compare your dimes with high-resolution photos of known errors online. Join coin groups or forums. You'll learn a lot and maybe even trade coins. You don't need a massive budget to start coin collecting. In fact, all you need is curiosity, a good eye, and a little patience. The thrill of the hunt is real, and every now and then, you just might hit the jackpot. There you have it. Folks, the 2019 United States dime might look small and unassuming, but it holds a big place in the world of coin collecting. From its historical roots honoring FDR to the modern-day treasure hunt for rare errors and valuable varieties, this tiny coin proves that even the smallest details can make a big difference. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into rare coins and collectible currency. Drop a comment below if you found a unique dime or have a question about coins you'd like us to cover. Thanks for watching, and remember, always check your change. That next valuable coin might be hiding in plain sight. See you next time.